Weekday, you know what that means. It's time for At the Close. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin. We have a lot to talk about today. What else is new? We got a lot to talk about every day. I called the name of the show today. I said no end in sight, just because the markets are down. Although, it was an interesting day. We were down, we were up, we were down, we were up. Now we're down again. A lot of headlines, a lot of macro headlines, a lot of just really interesting charts to look at. That's what we're going to do here for the next half hour. Just look at interesting charts. So, you know the drill by now. Smash that like button, please. And here we go. All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
All right, Joel, I'm concerned. I'm concerned how you're feeling. I'm concerned for you because the light behind you is turned off. Is
Oh
that
no!
is that a metaphor?
Hold
Is
on,
that
let
is
me
that a metaphor for
let me
the
let me
market?
call some. Let me get my producer. I gotta get my producer in
Is that a
here.
metaphor for the market, for my portfolio?
No,
Hey, all
yeah,
right.
I had my
I
producer.
got that.
I have different lightings in my
Ah,
producer.
okay.
Okay, so I'll try and give you the net change here, and that's about all I can do. This market's moving around so fast. We're down 44 handles at 52.75. Crude's having a good day, up 561, 105.37. Gold's not having a bad day, down 12.90, 18.53.90. Silver, high ho silver, up 17 cents, 21.60.
Gold,
And
silver, gold, silver.
Bitcoin, how about that rally to 32,140? And now you're back at 29,570. Holy Toledo. And Ethereum, that's near the lows of the session. That's down $206.50 at 20. Well, at least I can quote that at 21.50. It's not like moving like everything else, but there was a couple rallies. There was a couple breaks. We took out the pre-market low. It has not hit the bottom number on my sheet yet, so that's bullish. That's 39.50 or 39.30.50, and that was your April 30th of 21 low. And it didn't get near the top of my sheet. The top of my sheet was Friday's close at 41.19.50. So my focus here for this hour for the S&Ps is going to be 57 and a quarter.
Okay.
Absolutely no chance of the rally until we clear 57 and a quarter. We clear that, then we got a chance to rally into the close. So there's my one number for Triple D
All right.
into the close.
Hey, you know what? Today might as well have called the name of the show today just gold and silver, gold and silver, gold and silver, and oil too. Gold,
Oh,
silver, and
that's it.
oil. I mean, if you're looking for strength, there it is. But just another day. I mean, outside of energy, I guess that's not true because materials are having a decent day. But outside of energy and materials and utilities, while I'm at it, just nothing good. Although, Joe, let's just zoom in on today because specifically from 8:30 a.m. onward, because that's when things got really crazy. I had assumed that if we got a CPI print above expectations, the market would go down, and below, if it was below, the market would go up. And I assumed that that sentiment would become the general sentiment of the day. That may end up being correct here, but at certain points throughout the day, I looked very, very wrong because we had that huge drop right for like a half hour after the CPI print. Then at 9 a.m., just like epic buying, we gained all those losses back.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All of them back. It's ridiculous. It's so impossible to, if you're getting bogged down in the 1 or the 5 or the 15 minutes,
Oh,
it's
brutal.
crazy out there.
Brutal. I know, and I should have just called it a day after that
Oh
CPI number
man.
because that was the stupidest rally in the history of Wall Street this morning. And I think I said on the pre-market show that I felt irresponsible if I didn't short into that response,
And
and in the
and
way I did, I caught it with the stop. and I didn't get much slippage. The problem is I covered it, but whatever. And then you trying to trade it the rest of the day has been pretty difficult. But I
Possible.
mean, to give this thing a fit, I just didn't. I tweeted it out too. Like, why are you buying this thing up with a total coin flip out there? Right? Just an absolute
Yeah.
total coin flip. And the other thing too, and I mean, and over the years here, I've learned a lot from our guests. And as I'll just reiterate, you weren't here on Friday. Blue basically said, you know, he doesn't see it showing up in these numbers. Even is it, it was just such a consensus. Oh, this is it. We're at peak inflation. Yeah, how can you call it like that? So we made a new low of the move. Uh, and that's what you have right now. And we're not even done here for the day yet. We got 24 minutes left, and we're seven handles off the low of the day.
I
So
know. So my point was like Joel, like very clearly, like this morning at like 8 a.m. wanted to short the market, and he would have been right. He was right, but then he was wrong, and then he was right again, and then he was wrong again.
yeah,
He'll end up
it's
being
hard,
right. He'll end up being right because we're going to close down today. But
right?
man, is that is that to erase all of those losses in what, a half hour? No, that's not true. It was like an hour. It took us like an hour to make those losses back up.
Off the
Still,
open? Oh, yeah. Well, this is where's your this is my hourly here. So this is that first hour, you know? And then it gave you plenty of head fakes too, in the second hour. But you just have to deal with what you have in front of you. What we have in front of us right now is a market that has yet to find a bottom, and
yeah,
I don't know when. And then the kind of thing that kind of got me and Triple D, in his little spat this morning was just you know does there have to be a bottom? I mean, there's bull markets go on for a long time, bear markets go on for a long time, and it just bothers me sometimes when people are just like, well, buy the dip is something that really worked for a really long time, but
yep,
it's not working now. And like the whole thing of, oh, in 5 to 10 years, the market's going to be higher than it is now. Can you know? Can you? That's what history has said, but that's what history is repeat. But you just got to think about your investing horizon. What you need the money. You're buying a new house, or you're
exactly,
buying,
exactly.
a new car. Do you want to retire and get the hell out of this rat race and go up and live in the UP? I mean, you got to just. Matt, I have no idea about Rivian earnings. I'll tell you right
Matt,
now.
Matt, 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 Matt. Come on. All right. Let's talk Rivian for a second. All right.
Rivian,
What
I,
realistically, what can Rivian possibly say that will make the stock go up? Let's just say 10%, because that's what, like $2. Let's just say 10%. That's a nice round number. What could they say to make the stock go up to $22 tomorrow? That everything is fine and dandy, that they're on pace to meet their production targets, that they don't have any problems getting chips for their cars. But what are the odds that they actually say that? I think best case scenario for Rivian tonight is they say, unlike some of these other EV companies that have going concerns, aka we don't know if we can stay in business. Best case scenario, Rivian says, guys, we can stay in business. We have enough cash to stay in business. That's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario is they say going concern, and then tomorrow we're down to 15.
and if I had to pick a position, and it's probably the wrong position, I would say I would be long into the report. You know why? Because the most I can lose is $20.
That's that $20 is a lot. I understand when it's
but
I
but
get it
if
when
I'm
it's two.
short it,
Look, I
if
get
I'm
it when
sh-
it's $2. When it's $2, sure, because I'll lose just $2. But $20 is a lot of money to me.
yeah, well, I'm just saying, like a setup,
Yeah.
how from a risk reward ratio. I mean, the old JC Peretz Fibonacci extensions, that you can figure it out. If I was short 100,000 shares of this, which I'm not short anything. I would just have 10,000 at 19, 10,000 at 18, 10,000 at 17, 10,000 at 16, 10, just boom, 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 all the way down to $10, and hopefully, people would hit it. That's the way that I would play it. But I have no position, and I'm not taking one.
All right, thank you for the semantics correction, Adjum. Yes, a going concern risk is when the company says we have a risk of no longer being able to of going concern in and of itself just means yes, you keep on keeping on. Going concern risk means there's a risk of that not happening. So you're right, but we'll find out in a few minutes on
We
Rivian.
just matched the low.
Hey,
We just matched the low at 39. Ooh, we made the old new low by a tick trick. I don't know if I'm gonna fall for it. I'm not gonna fall for it. 36 and a quarter was your low around 2 o'clock, and we just hit 36. So, man, and that's my number. I did give a number on the upside. That was 57 and a quarter. That's history. Now my number on the downside, 39.36.
you have some real pain out there, and it's not just in the quote unquote Kathy stocks, right? I mean, you can look
Oh,
at
where is
I,
Kathy? I mean,
but no,
there's gotta be
I
a
said it's
point.
not just in that. Like, can you pull up Apple? Let's look at Apple here because Apple is a different kind of a beast from Roku or I don't know Coinbase. Okay, Apple is a different beast entirely, and to see Apple make a new low, what is it, 8 month low for Apple? I don't know if it's quite that much. November of last year, right? So what's that? We're in May. 7 month low. 7 month
Mhm.
low on Apple today.
I mean, if this thing doesn't have a day with 140, I mean, come on. What's this low right here? Oh, and I'll tell you that 138.27 was your October 29th low. After that, you're looking at the lower, 120s. 122, 123. That's your super support. 122, 123. Um, the other thing I'm just kicking myself on, and you just don't let yourself get faked out by the market. I was so convinced that Microsoft was toast when it took out 270. I have an old support, new resistance, and look what that thing did. That had been holding since July of last year. I mean, it got above it a couple times yesterday, then wham, you take your eye off. It's at 260. Next target for this, oh, well, 243, but I don't want to get too carried away here, but that's your next monthly low.
I mean, so Apple's is what's killing the Qs today, but it's having a lot of help because Tesla is also down what 8%, 9%, something like
Oh,
that.
man.
So it's having help.
Yeah,
And again, the reason why I maybe I overreacted a little bit in hindsight, but the reason why I thought the Netflix crash was such a big deal is because Netflix was one of the darling stocks for a decade. And if you look at who else was a darling stock, Tesla is a darling stock. Apple is a darling stock. It means more, like Microsoft, Facebook, Google. It means more when those stocks fall than when Coinbase again is the only example I can think of, but like or Rivian, right? It means more when these big guns fall, and the big guns are falling.
they
So
have, and that was last week when we talked. I can't remember what day it was, or but even the week before. And I said, those stocks that carried us up in the promised land held up
yeah.
for a long time. They started to break down, and we just made a new low there at 34. So much for that 36 level. 39.50. See, we can get there. That was your April 30th at 21 low.
Hey,
Um,
how
Travis fans asking about GME. Where is
I think
GME?
Travis is joking. Maybe he's not.
Look at that thing.
Oh, it's on the precipice because what's the low? It's 77, right? Hey, man.
Oh man, oh
All right,
man, oh.
can I say this, Joel? Can I say this? I'm bullish above 77.58. How about that?
That, that
It's we're $4 away.
And I'd say there's no way they don't take out that 77.58.
You're probably right.
Yeah. Oh my lord, look at that. After the last pump those guys had in April. Holy yeah, there was in April. Holy mackerel. Oh, AMC. I mean, this is getting AMC
AMC hit 991.
990. Yeah.
$9. Last time the stock was $9 was a year ago. Like exactly a year ago. 52-week low or 51-week low, whatever.
Yeah, I remember watching that thing, and I remember just keeping an eye on that. Even though it got over 70, I kept an eye on that all-time closing high price, and I believe it was around $65. And it toyed, or no, it was around 62 on one of these days, and it toyed with it a while. But oh man, I mean, and just think about where that came from. That came from $5, right, or even less. What was the pre-COVID lows in this thing?
The
We were
pre-COVID
COVID
low was
low.
a it was a dollar. Oh no,
Oh,
no. No, no, no,
191.
no. No, that was in when was that?
One nine. Oh no, that was
That
yeah.
was
No, wait, it
no,
hit.
no,
Wait a minute.
that was late 2020. That was yeah, that was 11 that was November 2020. That was when movie theaters were dying. I mean, they still are, let's be honest, but that was when they were
Wait
dying.
a second. This hit January 21. Buck 91. Wow.
Well, that's where it started the year at, Joel. It was
Right.
down there to start 2021, and then it went crazy. But yeah, it was
Wow.
a dollar because that was when no one was
The
going to
apes
movies
started
anymore.
getting, yeah,
Right, right.
yeah,
So
yeah. But the pandemic was before that.
yeah.
Well
No,
before
well,
that.
yeah, no, right. That's what I'm saying. Is it went down to $1,
Yep.
right?
All right.
So this is a really good comment from Keith McKinley here, and particularly the second and third sentence. And I noticed this on the way up, Joel, for in the summer and fall of 2020 and in the spring of 2021 is when everything is going up almost every day, and you are the one, and you're saying like, try to control your risk or diversify. No one cares. Nobody wants to listen. It's like you're the Debbie Downer at the table. That's like, I know we're all drowning in money right now, but maybe consider taking some profits. And then you look wrong if things keep on going higher. But nothing lasts forever. No party lasts forever. And risk management is a super, 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 probably the most important part of trading. And so everyone who is learning that for the first time now is learning that. So thank you for that comment, Keith. I thought it was very insightful. Uh,
Yeah, I don't, I don't know what your cost basis is on those, what your tax implications are. I mean, just because you inherited them, and just because they're down from where they're at, I mean, doesn't doesn't mean that they can't go down more. But there's a lot of things involved when in inheriting stocks and the tax
yeah,
implications.
yeah, there are tax implications. So just beware of that.
Okay, I gave you that 3050 number, and we just hit 3075, but for some reason I think we're gonna get that 3050 here almost momentarily here as we trade 3931,
39.31.
3075. We just hit 50. Whew, 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 whew. Maybe I wonder when the heavy selling's gonna come in here.
You
Yeah,
wonder
you're
when.
right. You're right. And I like thinking about it. It says, and I had this argument, with Dennis too about don't trade based on taxes.
Yes.
Uh, okay, you didn't want to sell AMC at 60 because you wanted to pay the taxes. Well, do you want to sell it at 10 and not have as much tax liability? So that's a really that's a two-edged sword there.
Yeah, yeah. Taxes are one thing, and they're not the only thing. Okay. What else is? Oh, wait a minute. That's interesting, Joel. Remember Novavax yesterday? Remember how
Yes,
it went up like 30% all day? It
you
was
gave
up
it
at like
all back, right?
not
Yep.
not not all of it, just most of it.
Yeah.
That's what we said yesterday. Don't be chasing Novavax up at $55.
Yeah. Oh boy. What about Pfizer? How's Pfizer doing today? Oh,
Like
Pfizer's
this
yeah.
really isn't. Oh, Pfizer's doing okay. This really isn't the market to be chasing stocks up 30%. Really isn't.
Nope. Nope.
Really isn't. Now, all that being said, there are actually some stocks that are holding up well. If you go to the healthcare sector, there's a bunch of healthcare stocks that are holding up well relative to the rest of the market. You can look at uh, you can look at names
Yeah, because people are just sick of this market. What do you want to look at?
McKesson, MCK, which is
Oh,
a
look
it's
at
a-
Merck today.
oh
Oh
yeah.
my God, do I want to sell that thing? Oh gosh.
Oh,
Mc,
I'm
Mc,
looking at the daily. It looks pretty juicy.
I know. I don't know. Wow. MCK, McKesson. I mean, that's where people are hiding out today. New all-time high. Mm, I don't know. If you got it 332.59 was your target. I'd take it. Breaking out, maybe. We'll see. But wow, it is $8 off its high, or $7 off its high, 340. So that's a good day that it's up. It's still up 294. It's don't like the how it's distanced itself from the high of the day. So we'll see.
All right, let's talk about EA for Z Flood. Earnings out overnight. Stock popped very nicely off the open today. Went up all the way to 126. Off those highs now, but it's going to close the day up anywhere
Hmm.
between 6 and 8%.
That's a night. Yeah, I think whatever I wouldn't put it nearly in the same category as Novavax, but the way I would look at this one is, see where your mark is today, and then, if we have a lower open and it comes up and it can't, let's say it closes at 120.50, have a lower open, it does, it can't get above there, then I'd be a little bit nervous. On the other hand, if it opens higher, comes back down, just that close, I think it's just going to be a good important level in that. We don't know what the close is because it's 8 minutes away. Twitter, I, we are now 100. If the deal goes through, we are 150, 160 points from that. The number, the supposed margin call number for for Mr. Tesla there, Mr. Musk. I think he's gonna. How could he hold it? How could he do this deal in this market environment? I don't see it. I really I don't know who advised him of putting his fate in the hands of Wall Street bankers, but man, it's not his fate, whatever. He could lose billions and billions and billions, right? It's the richest man in the world and everything. But um, I don't know. I remember talking with Dennis about that, and I'm like, Wall Street, I don't know. I feel like they're coming after him on that, and I don't know. That's my own crazy conspiracy theories, though. We're continuing to make new lows on the sessions, folks. 39, 25, 25, down 72 handles as we
Yeah,
speak.
there's really not much more to say. Again, I look at my signals too.
Square's down 17%. You got to be kidding me. Square is down 17%.
It's funny. I have Square. When did Square buy Afterpay? I'll Google it. Square buys Afterpay because I have this podcast that never listened to. I meant to listen to it. This isn't in August of last year. It's a podcast all about why the buy now, pay later, why Afterpay is like an amazing company. And I was like, oh, I'll get to that one of these days, and I've never got around to it. I want to listen to it now because buy now, pay later is turning into one of the most hated themes of all time before our eyes. Uh,
Oh,
that's what.
forget about the retracements here.
Yeah, it
Holy
was Square bought Afterpay, which is buy now, pay later, and you got Affirm. Then I don't remember what the other one is, but I think there's one more.
MQ, I'm a
Uh,
bag holder in this one.
and
Oh
what?
boy. I'm a bag holder in
Wait,
MQ.
what is that?
So
What is that? I feel like you tell me
uh,
all the time. I don't know what it is.
look at that live out. I know I should have sold that live out a couple
Oh
days
God, there's a name I
ago.
haven't heard for a while. Livent.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, we're getting a little bit of a bounce here. We are now 10 handles off the low, so a little bit of buying going in here. I don't know what the imbalances are, but I don't think that really makes any difference. Let's take a look at Snowflake, new all-time low.
Literally, there's nowhere to go.
Man,
Nowhere in tech, at least.
wow. Hmm.
All right. Is there
Now,
anything?
I could give you something here, on, at least it's holding yesterday's low. It's holding yesterday's low. Yesterday's low was 132, and the low today is 132.17. So, if you're looking for a silver lining in that,
Uh, there are. I just out of curiosity, there are actually a couple of tech stocks that are green today, but not that
which
many of them.
ones?
Uh, which ones? Well, VMware is up 69 cents. Uh,
Okay.
this switch that we talked about yesterday, it's getting bought. Maybe they're up today.
How much is that? Is it anywhere near that initial surge? Ooh, they're okay. So here's one where was there a deal announced or something?
I don't actually know. I'll be honest. I guess I can
Hmm.
go.
Hmm. Oh man, there must be. So this one it paid the taste yesterday. I mean, there had to be news on it today,
Yeah,
right?
let me check right now. SWCH. Uh, nothing official yet.
Hmm. And
Oh,
there's
yes, it is. It is official. It is official. Okay,
okay.
it is official. Yep.
Who's buying them?
Digital Bridge, DBRG. And then yeah, thanks Jolly B. Roblox is green. So there is some green in tech land. It's just you gotta look hard. You gotta look to find it.
DBRG Digital Bridge. Oh man. Okay, I guess they don't hate the deal as it hasn't taken out 540 yet, or excuse me, yeah, the low from yesterday yet as I speak.
Oh, Joel,
Okay.
we had to take under this morning
Yeah, which one?
in Redbox.
What's it?
RDBX. RD this company is SPACed or de-SPACed. It de-SPACed in like November. And it's getting taken under.
At what price? Three
Well,
bucks?
it's an all stock deal. So, but the ratio of the deal based on the acquiring company, which is Chicken Soup for the Soul, it's actually a take under. So, it's literally that's why Redbox is down today. It's getting acquired, but at a lower price than where it was trading at yesterday.
Hey, if you were patient into Beamer here
Yeah,
after
yeah.
those earnings, look at that. You got your gap fill yesterday. The gap up on earnings day was 129.40. Yesterday you hit 128.43. Low today 129.86 is kind of hanging out in the lower portion, but there you go. Beamer. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be leading this market back, but at least you got the gap fill and having a halfway decent today in an absolutely horrible tape.
All right, we have entered the final minute. Just to recap, everyone, sectors that are up today: energy up 1.35%, utilities up 2/3%, materials up 4 cents. So we'll call it flat. Everything else is down. Every major index is down. Crypto down. Other commodities up. That's the story of the day.
Okay. All right. Everyone have a good night and be interesting to see what happens tomorrow.
I don't even know. All right, guys. This will be my last show of the week because I will be in Vegas starting like late tonight is when I fly out there. So you'll be in Joel's Trusted Hands and Mitch Thursday and Friday. I'll be back with you on Monday morning. To those of you that are going to be in Vegas, I'm so excited to see you. So excited to meet you. I'll be out flying out tomorrow tonight, like I said. See you guys all on Friday. Those of you in Vegas. The rest of you, I will see you on Monday. And we'll have a lot to discuss, won't we? I know we will. All right, that's a wrap. There's our bell. Smash that like. Ending the show right now, going live to Money Mitch, who's interviewing Jay Woods live from the balcony of the New York Stock Exchange. Don't forget, at 4:30, we'll be streaming the Disney earnings conference call. And that's a wrap. Have a great one.